Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Buffalo Bills. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game, came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action with Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Six yards left on 2nd down. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters and batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Play action. Now it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Knox. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry.
And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play. Not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Play action. It's Wilson. Well, this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 19. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ty Johnson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. 5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them, and number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
2nd and 10. Here's Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gain there for the Bills.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. No luck whatsoever there on the draw.
Yeah, they're supposed to use their aggressiveness against them. That was the hope. But maybe they had too big of a meal last night. A half step slow, and he ends up running right into the meat of the defense.
Allen going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there to force the ball free, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing is Allen on third. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though. That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On second down now. It's Johnson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Allen. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Only needing 2 yards on second down. Allen off the play fake. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And the Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. To the air. Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Allen now looks to throw. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And here comes Berrios. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Crowder now to return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! That's caught. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have broken the tie. Bass on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Going for it all. He will find Diggs in the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go to Johnson again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 66 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Allen now on first down. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Back to throw. Allen. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. The Bills on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The kick by Bass is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Denzel Mims. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson, he's going to look deep for more. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
The Bills on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves him looking at a 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Wilson's throw here caught by Mims. 7 yards, the pickup there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And the Bills are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they will take a knee here. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Bills, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through?